y'all, at midnight, Melody Shari Rogers released her statement stating that she would no longer be on Love and Marriage Huntsville. After 9 seasons of sharing her life with us, she has decided to part ways with the show.
You know those moments on reality TV that completely change everything? Moments that fans can't stop talking about, that shake the entire cast and leave everyone wondering what really went down behind the cameras? That's exactly what happened when Melody Shari walked away from Love and Marriage Huntsville. Her departure wasn't just another cast shakeup. This wasn't like a side character deciding to move on quietly. No, this was the heart of the show stepping away. Melody wasn't just part of the cast. She was the person fans connected with most. She was the one who kept things grounded, the one who brought real emotion, and the one who gave the show its soul.
So whenever we tend to be rejected, you know, that hurts our soul emotionally. That'll make us do things that we shouldn't do. You know, once we feel that rejection, and I felt it. My ex, she felt it, and that caused us to do things that'll hurt. You know, because of that rejection. I didn't think that I would be the person to, going through the divorce, breaking down and crying and stuff like that. I'd never been a person to cry.
Right.
But this situation made me a little emotional and things like that, especially, my kids, I love them so much.
So when she left, the entire foundation of the series shifted. Fans didn't just feel surprised, they felt blindsided. Many couldn't believe it. Nobody saw it coming. But as shocking as it was, when you look back, maybe the signs were there all along. From the very first season, Melody stood out. She wasn't trying to put on a character. She was just herself, confident, ambitious, and unafraid to speak her truth. That's exactly why people loved her. She wasn't perfect, but she was real.
Talk about your morals or lack thereof. Let's talk about your integrity or lack thereof. Let's talk about that. Okay? Let's talk about some stuff that actually has a little bit of substance. Okay? Secondly, girl, you're talking about I filed bankruptcy. Yes, sweetie, after your boyfriend filed. After he filed. So I didn't want everything to fall on me, not because I couldn't take care of everything. So let's get the facts straight, but I'm sure you have still continued to listen to all the lies that he gave. You know what? I finally understand why you was able to be a side chick for 5 years, because you dumb.
Even when her personal life was falling apart, she showed strength. She kept moving forward. And let's be honest, without Melody, would Love and Marriage Huntsville have ever become what it is today? Probably not. She was the face, the voice, and the emotional core. But here's the thing, what fans saw on screen was only part of the story. Behind the scenes, Melody was carrying more than anyone realized. Let's talk about Martell Holt. Melody's relationship with Martell was one of the biggest storylines of the show. Their marriage, their split, and everything that came after, it drove the narrative season after season. But while the cameras showed heated arguments, awkward co-parenting moments, and constant tension, what they couldn't fully capture was just how relentless Martell was. Even after their divorce, he seemed determined to make Melody's life difficult.
You need to be shaking your dang on head at yourself. You always doing. You was doing 3 days ago in Houston. What is you blowing up and saying all these inaccuracies for to these people? You always doing that. You always doing. No, it ain't accurate. No, it's not actually accurate. You said to me that when we were married, I was going to hotels cheating on you. That's a goddamn lie.
I didn't say you wanted to.
Yes, you did.
I didn't say that you was.
Yes, you did.
There's
and
a
you've said
possibility.
it multiple times.
There's a possibility, because like me.
Well, we know you were cheating.
It's okay. Okay. I'm sorry for that.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Not sorry
I knew
for
they was
cheating.
going to destroy what we had. All this, it wouldn't have been like it is.
Every season, he found new ways to stir things up. He questioned her parenting, spread rumors, and tried to rally other cast members against her. It wasn't just drama for television. It was personal. It was exhausting. And for Melody, it was nonstop. Now, Martell wasn't the only problem. Some cast members weren't exactly her biggest supporters either. Alliances formed, people took sides, and more often than not, those sides weren't in Melody's favor. The tension was real, even when the cameras weren't rolling.
From that, what I did that I
Repeatedly.
so just regret from the depths of my heart. I regret. I'm like, if I knew, now it's like it wouldn't be this way. You know what I'm saying?
You should have listened.
And then you have to wonder about the producers. Reality TV thrives on conflict, and Melody's personal life was ratings gold. Every fight, every tear, every messy interaction, it kept viewers hooked. But was she being pushed into situations just to create more chaos? Was she being forced to relive painful moments for the sake of the show? Fans started asking those questions, and honestly, it looked like the answer might be yes. At some point, it felt like the show wasn't about telling Melody's story anymore. It was about squeezing every bit of drama out of her life, no matter the cost. Despite it all, Melody kept pushing forward. She focused on her businesses, her music, and most importantly, her kids. But over time, fans noticed a change.
A wrap for Melody Shari Rogers on Love and Marriage Huntsville. She's officially announced that she will not be returning to the reality TV series. Look, there have been a lot of signs that Melody was done with OWN, that she was done with Carlos, because she unfollowed him. She's said some things on social media, and most recently, she revealed some things about her issues with the show and how it's being produced. And someone, a producer on her show, basically wanted to be her TV manager, and when she said no, she felt as if there was retaliation.
The spark she once had on the show seemed to fade. She went from being deeply invested to looking checked out. Her energy shifted. Her smiles seemed forced. Her patience wore thin. Looking back, it's clear that her decision to leave didn't come overnight. This was years in the making. The warning signs were there, the exhaustion, a frustration, the way she distanced herself from certain cast members. Her departure was building long before it was announced. So what was the final straw? What made Melody finally say, "I'm done"? Was it another betrayal from someone she trusted? Was it a behind-the-scenes move by producers? Or was it Martell once again pushing too far? We may never know the exact moment, but one thing is certain, Melody's exit wasn't just about walking away from a TV show. It was about reclaiming her peace. It was about no longer allowing herself to be the centerpiece of toxic storylines that drained her spirit. By leaving, Melody made a powerful statement. She was done being manipulated, done being used, done playing a role that no longer served her. Now let's flip the script, because if Melody's departure was hard for fans, it was even harder for Martell. At first, he played it cool. He acted like it didn't bother him, like her leaving wasn't a big deal. But anyone who knows Martell knows that when he acts unbothered, that's when he's bothered the most. And the truth is, his entire storyline revolved around Melody. Without her, what was left? Think about it. His marriage to her, their messy divorce, their co-parenting struggles, their constant back and forth fights. That was Martell's airtime. That was his relevance. Without Melody, his story became empty. Yes, he has business ventures, but many of those had already taken hits. Yes, he has his family, but his public image was damaged. Without Melody there to clash with, what did he really bring to the table? The truth is, Melody wasn't just his ex-wife. She was the reason he still mattered to the audience. Melody leaving wasn't just a personal blow to Martell. It was a massive problem for the show itself. She was the star. She was the draw. She was the one who kept people tuning in week after week. Losing her meant the producers had to scramble. Who would step up? Kimmy? Letitia? Maybe. But could they really fill the void Melody left? Could they deliver the same mix of strength, vulnerability, and authenticity that made fans care so deeply? And what about Martell? Without Melody, would viewers still want to watch him, or would he fade into the background? This wasn't just a cast shakeup. This was an identity crisis for Love and Marriage Huntsville. Just when fans thought they understood the situation, a leak flipped the story upside down. A chat surfaced suggesting Melody might not have left on her own. Instead, she may have been pushed out. Suddenly, everything looked different. Was this a producer move to shake things up? Was Melody's influence becoming too big? Reality shows have been known to cut their stars when they start holding too much power. And let's be real, Melody was more than just a cast member. She was the show. And then there's Martell. Could he have played a role? He had been trying to control Melody for years. Could this have been part of his plan to finally sideline her? Some even believe other cast members were involved, that alliances were formed to push Melody out. Betrayal, manipulation, hidden agendas. Suddenly, it all seemed possible. When the news broke, fans went wild. The reactions were strong, emotional, and divided. One person wrote, "No Melody, no show. Simple as that." Another said, "They really tried to push her out. Wow, I'm done with this show." A third added, "Martell thought he won, but watch how fast this backfires on him." The message was clear. Without Melody, many fans weren't sure they wanted to stick around. So now the big questions remain. Is Melody gone for good? Or will she make a dramatic comeback, proving everyone wrong? Can Love and Marriage, Huntsville, survive without her? And what happens to Martell if the person who made him relevant is no longer in the picture? What we do know is this: Melody leaving changed everything. The show will never be the same. Martell's future is uncertain, and fans are left wondering what's real, what's fake, and what's still to come. Because in reality TV, the drama doesn't stop when the cameras turn off. Sometimes that's when the real story begins. At the end of the day, Melody's departure has left a hole that no one else can fill. The show feels completely different without her, and fans are still questioning what really went on behind the scenes. Was she pushed out, or did she finally decide enough was enough? Either way, one thing is clear: Love and Marriage Huntsville will never be the same. But now I want to hear from you. Do you think the show can survive without Melody, or is this the beginning of the end? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe.